Hello, it is me, Shadow, and as you can see by this little comment up here, somebody needed help figuring out how to farm EMC the best way possible, so I'm going to do my best to help you all, and that person, comment right here, figure out how to do so. So, if you do enjoy, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. And as you all may have seen at the start of the video, we have 6 Tier 2 subscribers, the Mute2s. If you want to be a Mute2 also, you can find that in the little description of this video, because that is how you can either join the private server or just support me. Either one's nice. So first things first, EMC to get started. What should you do? Simple. Go in this task book and you're going to click every single one of these links in here. I'll tell you why in just a second. Let me just do that. Alright, so I have claimed every single one of those links, which opens up in the support tree of the reward book, every single one of these, which will give you tier 3 spoils bags. This is important because this is how you're going to be able to cheat the system and get a transmutation table in actual seconds. So, you also need to find a Pokestop that has glowstone on it, otherwise you won't be able to get the glowstone needed until you get to the nether. These ones just give you glowstone, so simple. So let me just claim all these bags real fast. There we go. That'll also net you a bunch of rare candies. That part's not too important right now. Now what you're checking for is you need to have at least 1 diamond in one of these bags. Well, not 1 diamond. You need a few diamonds. Netherite scrap is also very huge. That will be helpful for the mid-tier. You just need to hope that you get any amount of diamonds. If you don't, that's okay. If you're doing single player, you can always just restart. That's close. The netherite ingot is really good though. You will have to hopefully find... Oh, Douse drives are pretty good. Diamond. Master Ball! Oh, that's... I did not know you could find that in these. That's actually crazy. Casually being the luckiest Mew alive once more. Got actually 0 diamonds, which is unfortunate. Now, I'm pretty sure you cannot turn these back. I'm pretty sure. Okay, if you make a pulverizer, you can. So, let's say you go through the effort, you make a smeltery, you make a pulverizer, you do one of those 2 things, you get your diamonds. All you gotta do from that point forward is just go in here and go to the, I think it's no, it's Johto quest tree. It'll tell you to make a Philosopher's Stone, which I will just show you. We grab one of these out, yada yada yada, you get a bag, you go in here, transmutation table. You need at least 1 diamond for this because it takes glowstone, redstone, and a diamond to make a Philosopher's Stone. Next quest is going to tell you to go make a transmutation table, which is really easy, so let me just pull one out. Transmutation table is just a Philosopher's Stone, obsidian, and granite. Now, well, obsidian would be hard to pick up normally. If you got lucky, you should be able to just pick it up with whatever you get from your loot bags. Obviously, I didn't, so not really the best case example for that. Questbook's going to tell you to make a transmutation tablet, which, in order to make that, you need dark matter. Don't worry, that's not too hard to get to. But for now, you're just going to slap that down on the ground, and you're just going to have that. You need to make an alchemical chest. By the way, all these are giving you the more bags, so always be making sure that you have that. Oops, and there goes my questbook. Oops. Technical difficulties, please ignore. There we go. Actually, wait, does it want me to craft one? Oh, wait, no, I didn't put it in my... It does want you to craft it. Okay. Let's just ignore that. So it's going to have you go alchemical chest up to bag, bag into condenser. Condensers are not too hard to make. The energy condenser right here, and the MK2 condenser. Energy condenser is diamonds and alchemical chest. If you got lucky, all the scraps and stuff, for example, let me just go in here and just take out some of those. So like ender pearls, the iron, the gold, all these things that can be converted. Just start throwing them up in here. There we go, lots of EMC. And let's say somehow you got your diamonds. Obviously I didn't, but we're gonna say for brevity, for sake of everything, I ended up getting a singular diamond. Just toss all that stuff up in here. And that is going to give you a bunch of the resources you're going to need to start farming EMC. Now, there are a couple ways you can do this. Number one is obviously energy collectors. So if we do... energy condenser, by the way, is just dark matter and red matter. You're not going to be there for a minute. We're just going to toss it in there to get some EMC. Energy condenser is what you're going to be starting with. All you need to do, slap it down, and the next part of the quest is telling you to make some collectors. Now, you're going to be stuck with the basic ones for now. With the stuff you get from the reward bags, you should be able to make at least one Mark 1, which isn't too good. Trust me, it does get better at a certain point. You're going to stick that in there, it's going to start making it, and you're going to be making, let's just say iron. Iron because you can take out it easily. Set it up in there, and it's just going to start making it, as you can see. Now, the best way to set up, let's say you just have a bunch of the tier 1s because you weren't lucky with your EMC. You're going to get collectors, and you're also going to be needing to make relays. Relay. Here's how these work. Break that, drop these down on every available side. Every other side, you're going to fill in with collectors around the relays, because relays are acting as sort of a connection point, like something in between sucking up all the energy these things are making. You want to set it up so it is roughly like this. So now this is making tons of, well, not tons of, but a decent amount of EMC every single tick. And then at this point you can just start doing things while this is building up until you have, I'd say maybe enough to make the transmutation tablet. But preferably you want to be able to make the better, not that, make the better condensers to make the set Mark II and then the Mark III. Because once you get to the Mark III, you can start making a lot of EMC. Let me show you just how fast the Mark IIIs are. Whop. Alright, so this is a tier 1. This is a tier 3. Tier 1, it's made about, I'd say, it's made almost a stack of iron. That's not too bad. It's going to get you some places. This is a bunch of tier 3s. It is making a single diamond about, I'd say about every 15 seconds, which is really good. Now, the ways to improve these is you can just throw some glowstone around these, like so. Dink dunk. Because for some reason glowstone makes these better, and I'm not sure 100% why. I think it's because they take in sunlight, so this sort of keeps them going when it's nighttime out, or amplifies the sun going into them. Not 100% sure the reasoning behind that. Everything seems to have stopped for a second, and I'm not sure. Oop, there we go. Just toss all these around here, and then if we go in here and check it, after we've only covered, I'd say this is like, this is half of it. It is now going a little bit faster. So obviously this is going to be like the best way to do this, but it is the simple way to do it. Hey, yep, hey, yep, and yep. Yep, and a few more. Bonk. There we go. Fully encased. Almost. There you go. If we just check in there, it's making it, I'd say about 10 seconds now is how long it takes to make a single diamond. So that's pretty good. Granted, these do cost quite a bit of EMC because you need the red matter, which needs dark matter surrounded by these fuels, which dark matter is these fuels surrounded by a diamond block. And this costs about 130,000 as is. So if you go in here and just check out like this is like 15. It'll probably take you a few minutes to get up to the point where you can make a single dark matter. And then you just start going from there all the way up until you can make this one. Now what's important is we do have the next stage, which is going to be, 1 second, let me get it set up. Segway! Alright, so the next step is going to be really simple. Since we can't really make this go any faster right now, we need a lot of EMC. This is going to be what I'm going to call the mid-stage tier 1. Really simply, the best way you can make this go a lot faster is by using Mystical Agriculture to grow netherite seeds. Now, these aren't terribly easy to, well, not hard actually either to make, because you need Supremium Essence. You're probably thinking, oh, that sounds hard, because that's like a whole lot of crafting and stuff into these tier. Trust me, it's not. It's really simple actually. Let me show you. We have this premium land, which you're going to need to grow netherite seeds, but to grow the regular stuff, you just need some essence seeds, which I think, there we go. We need some Inferius essence seeds, we need some Inferium farmland, which is really simple to make. It's just any hoe and dirt. After that, you can also just make farmland, which is a hoe and dirt. And this can be EM seeds, so you can just, you know, make it. Which is kind of funny, because this is actually, wait. I just realized you can technically farm a bunch of EMC. What, did I just accidentally figure an exploit out? 1 second. Alright, ignore that entire thought process. I was violently wrong. That was very tedious what I just tried to do, which was make a ton of farmland. Don't do that. Don't do that. That was a bad idea. Anyways, you're gonna take your body pots. You're gonna take your alchemical chests. Just slap down, like, I don't know. You're not gonna be able to reach that one. Like this. Slap down on top of them the hopping botany pots. Trust me, these you can EMC. They're really easy to use. My favorite thing ever. You're gonna take some Inferium farmland. And just slap them in there. And then you're gonna take Inferium seeds, and you're just gonna slap them all up in here. Now, these grow at a rate of about 50 seconds. There's a way to make that easier. It's real simple. You're gonna be making Harvest Goddess bands, which take about 280,000. Right now, let me go check these, 200,000. Sounds like a lot. Trust me, it's not. Like right here, we have 16,000. That should be getting you close to a dark matter. This has 434,000. So right away, super simple. Make one of those. Because what this does is while it's in your hand, all your plants around you start growing at a faster rate. So as we can see with this Inferium plant, it immediately shot up all the way down to the end. Now, that's really good. Did you know these stack? So if I just start filling all of my slots, and we grab another one and put it in my offhands, these are growing at about, I'd say, 10 times speed. So you shouldn't have to worry about your essences. You're going to need to worry more about the prosperity shards it's going to take to get the stuff you need. But, as you can see, we already have a good amount of essences, so all you have to do is just stand here in the center and just AFK. Just AFK here until either they stop growing or you have enough, you think, to make the essences you're going to need. You only need to make the Supremium Infusion Stone, so you have an infinite one. And then you just need to make the Supremium Essences to make the Netherite Seeds. Now, you should be able to make a Netherite Ingot after AFKing long enough to get the Essences for the Supremium Essence. And then Prosperity Shards are Dark Matter, which is going to take you about 400,000. Again, not too bad, because as long as you have the flower back there going, it's going to do its thing. The Prosperity Shards are slightly annoying, because there's no way to make these yet, except for finding them. So be patient with that part. You're going to want to get yourself a Fortune Pickaxe before you start doing that. But we already have over almost a stack in every single one of these, which is crazy. Well, let's toss all these up for now. Toss that away. Now, once you have made your Netherite Seeds, you're going to be doing the exact same thing. Boop, boop. Like so. Just bonk, bonk. Bonkity, bonk, 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 bonk. Again, this is super simple and easy to do. It doesn't take you that long to get to this point. I'd say it takes you maybe a few hours at worst. Which, if you have time to play this anyways, it's probably going to take you even less time. But these are all going to start growing. Now, these grow at a minute also, so all you have to do, grow really fast. Now, the best part about this one is that these actually don't take too long to grow. So, 8 essences right there makes a single netherite ingot, which is 57,000. That's insane and really fast. And all you have to do is stand here in the center, and you've already made more than this thing is worth. You'll get more seeds, so you only need to start spam growing one of them. You don't need to make multiple. And you'll just start making tons and tons of essences. Now, the best way to use these essences is by using a crafter, which you can I don't think a sequential fabricator is going to be your best friend for the early bits. Because all you need to do is just set down a sequential fabricator. Let me just show you what it looks like on the inside. You just need to set it up so it does the recipe for the essences into netherite, and just use whatever system you have available to pump in the essences, give it some power, and it will just start making netherite ingots. And you'll be just rolling in the dough. That is the best. This is mid-tier 1. I'm going to show you mid-tier 2 right now, so give me 1 second. So, segue! Alright, now you're at the point where we're at mid-tier 2. You have your flower over here doing its thing, making you automatically power. You have your farms over there making a netherite and all those good little bits as much as you need to be. So let's just go in here and just yoink out as much of this as I can. Like, look at this. This is an absurd amount of essences. We're just going to go over here, toss it all up inside, and that is over almost 1 million EMC right there by itself. Now, all you need to do from this point, you have a philosopher's stone. You need, oops, I forgot, we need to get coal. Obviously you should have coal by this point. And here's the things you're going to be making. You're going to be taking the coal, throw it in there, and you're just going to start crafting the coals, which you should have already done for the dark matters and everything else, into the various fuels you're going to need. So alchemical coal, Mobius fuel, yada yada yada, making alternatives fuel, yada yada yada. Alternatives, take that out, take the diamonds, throw these around like so, and then you surround that with some fuel, makes a dark matter. Now obviously once you have the netherite system set up, you're going to have plenty of EMC for the dark matter. After that, you just need to take 3 dark matter, take 6 alternatives fuel, and turn this into red matter. Obviously, if you've already done this part or if you've already done that part, either one of these is fine. You'll be able to easily make that and have already made it after that point. Next part is the fun part. There are these things called flowers. Now, I don't talk about the regular flowers. I'm talking EMC flowers. Let me explain. This big little flower right here takes these little collectors and these compressed collectors and an EMC link, which is going to be the most expensive part, and these will passively make you EMC straight to your table. That's insane, right? Now, this whole thing costs you 6.43 million. Now, with the netherite setup, you're going to be able to get to that point, no problem. But to make these, you need compressed collectors, which is just collectors. And to make the basic collector, you just need to take a Mark 1 collector, craft it into that. It has the exact same EMC rate. So just to show you that, collector, right here. Go in here, click that, bang, basic collector. Throw it in there. Take them a bunch of them out. You then craft them in a 3x3 to make compressed collectors. These are super simple and easy to make. You only need 2. Relays are the exact same thing. As you can see, take a basic relay, throw it in there, basic relay. To make a MK1 flower, you need to have the compressed ones, the relays, and an EMC link. Now, this is where it gets a little expensive because you're going to need transmutation tablets, which, if you're able to make red matter, dark matter, it's just, it's actually just dark matter. 4 dark matter blocks around a table. That's really easy. Use that, make a regular condenser, throw them around here, you get an MK1 for the basic EMC link. Don't worry about this thing too much for right now. It's not really that big of a deal. You're going to make the flower, and you're just going to slap it down. Obviously, you want to learn it first. And it's going to start making you about, I think it's, 102 EMC a second? That's pretty good. There are 16 tiers. Yep. From all the way to Mark 1, all the way to the final one, this is going to be your next mid-tier, is just slowly making your way up the tiers until you can get all the way up it. And once you get up to the Fading Flower, that is where mid-tier 2 stops. Granted, this isn't too hard to do. You just make the various collectors, you're just going to be upgrading them into the various other matters, because we have all the way ranging from dark and red, all the way up to magenta, pink, purple, violet, blue, cyan, green, lime, yellow, orange, white, and fading. Don't worry, these aren't that hard to make. They follow a simple formula to dark matter and red matter, where it's just... Let me grab it out. Magenta is just made with the fuel around the red matter, simple enough. The magenta is magenta fuel, which is Altera's fuel times 4 into this. Everything has the EMC value, so they're not too hard to mess around with, and as you go up the tiers, you'll find that obviously this makes this much, which is only 102, but if we go in here, grab a bunch... Oops. That was not supposed to happen. Oh well. Bonk, 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 bonk. So this makes, 102, bang. Pop that down, makes 306. Bang. Makes 1020. Bang. Makes 4080. Bang. Makes 16,000. Bang. Makes 68,000. You see the pattern here? And all of this is going to lead up to you making the final star, which is going to be covered in the final chapter bit. Segue. Alright, so you're finally here at the final tier. You've gone all the way up to a final flower after so long. Not final, fading. But there's another tier after that called the final. Now, final takes a lot of things. This is also the best flower you can make. You need a final relay, you need final collectors, you need a final link, and you also need the final star shard and a final star. Not the final star, actually. That's not needed. To make this, you need colossal star omegas that surround another star. What are these? Real simple. You're just going to be crafting a bunch of these down from this thing right here, which is a diamond surrounded by Mobius fuel. Once you have enough EMC, that's irrelevant. Doesn't really matter. These things are just final star shard, fading relays, final collector, fading collector, final EMC link, fading EMC link, and once you have all these things combined together, you get to make the final flower, which makes you 48 trillion a tick. That is correct. 48 trillion. Now, the important thing about this is that these are a pain to place down. But you have to have a ton of these to even get into automating anything in the pack. What's the best way about building these? Well, not that. Wand. We have builder's wands now. Diamond wand is probably all you're going to be needing, because you can just do this. It's a little finicky though. But as long as you just do this, you can just start building it all the way up. And if you miss a step, you just go back and fill it in. Now, granted, these are going to cost a lot of EMC, and until you get to the point where you're just making the same amount of EMC that you're using to make them, you're not going to be able to do this. But this is the end goal. This is late game. You just make towers of this because a patch got put in to fix that problem, where it would cause you to crash. Now, if you found this at all helpful, please be sure to subscribe, comment, like down below. And if you want to join the private Pokemon 2 server that I have, description down below, you can become a Mute Dweeb or a Mute 2, and you can join the server. That's all you need to worry about. That's all you need to know. And if you need help with anything else in the future, please comment it down below, and I will help you all. I love y'all. See y'all. Bye.